Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakwak, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Al Sharala. This brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. In today's lesson, I'm going to go in this because I did hear, I'm not going to lie, I didn't see the full video of this yet. I just was reminded of another topic, and I wanted to get into this and give you this reference for if you wanted to see this yourself. Now, the thing about this was, I heard that Chinese restaurants, when they serve chicken and all that stuff, or beef, it really is, it is not actually chicken or beef. Instead, they serve like dog or roadkill or whatever the hell they can find. That's basically what I heard before. And the main thing that I want to address is that, of course, being Israelites, we're not supposed to be eating just any animal, of course. And we have to watch out for what we consume. Now, that being said, there is also a balance to it, because the problem is that the reality of it is, if you live in specifically America, if you look at the back of the box of some sort of food, literally almost any food that has like those ingredients list on it, you will see a list of chemicals and strange name stuff or alternative stuff that might be salt, but in its chemical form, or something like that. I don't know. Rather than just nuts, salt, water, and whatever is actually in normal foods, or that you would think is in normal foods, but instead it's some sort of preservatives or chemicals and stuff like that. Because basically what happened was that they said, if you go to Europe, for example, like Great Britain, the back of their cereal boxes or whatever, or any food boxes, it literally just says nuts, wheat, this, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z. It doesn't say all those different chemicals that is in America. That's basically what I saw. That's what I heard. I've never been to fucking Europe, so I wouldn't know. I'm just telling you what I saw from the videos and what I heard. All right. So with that being said, the thing here is that for us, it appears to be that all the food has been corrupted. All right, I'm just being honest with you, because I heard a lot of different things. I'm not gonna say what I heard, all of it, but I heard a lot of different things that just makes you think, like, what the hell are they doing? Why can't we just have some simple ass wheat, some simple potatoes, some simple whatever food that you eat with the normal ingredients? But instead it's like, there's some sort of chemical, this sodium hydroxide, something like that, whatever. All right. And the thing about this, all right, that I really want to talk about on show, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 16, be not righteous overmuch, neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And that's the thing. That's the end goal. We really just have to accept that we cannot keep the law. We cannot abstain from all these polluted foods, because you might be eating something that you store-bought chicken. All right, and the fact of the matter is that store-bought chicken might have cross contamination with pork. It might have cross contamination with shrimp or something like that. Okay, and I'm not saying this just to say, now you have to avoid eating chicken from Walmart or whatever, stuff like that. I'm saying this to say that we can never fully and truthfully and honestly, keep the law 100%. And that's basically where grace comes into play, because as we attempt to keep the law, as we say, okay, yeah, you go to a Chinese restaurant, for example, and say, yeah, I would like the chicken or whatever, but instead they serve you with dog, or they serve you with pork or something like that. That's just not what you ordered, or chicken or something like that. Then just like, okay, well, you didn't know. Number one, obviously you didn't know. You genuinely did not know. And on top of that, it's like you might think to yourself, okay, well, now I'm just not going to go to Chinese restaurants anymore. That's also fine too. But the thing is that different people, we all have different conveniences and what we can and can't manage in our lives, what we can and can't do in our lives. So the main thing that I'm trying to say is that while we are not perfect and while we are under grace, we shouldn't be trying to do research and say, oh, which food has this, which food is that, can I go to just this one thing or whatever and stuff like that? Because even then, and this was something that I found out, all right, because even with me, when I was thinking like, okay, well, I can just go and buy kosher foods, or I can go buy halal foods, like these Muslim stuff, because they basically have the same dietary stuff as us. But then I realized that, okay, well, the Muslims, they're hyper religious, so as a result of that, when they are killing these animals, while the animals are definitely dying in a more humane way compared to the normal animals, or the other brand, or the knockoff brand, or whatever, so like stuff like that, the fact of the matter is that their food, when they kill their things, they may or may not, I'll say may or may not because I don't know definitively, but they may or may not be killing it in the name of their God and whatnot. So as a result of that, that could potentially mean that you are eating chicken that might have died humanely, and might have died and without being cross-contaminated with some sort of unclean food, but you're now eating something that was sacrificed onto another god or an idol and whatnot. So as a result of that, that's a completely different law that you may or may not be breaking. Although I will still admit that me personally, I would much rather take my chances with the halal, the Muslim food, rather than any of the other stuff, because I have a better peace of mind thinking that, okay, well, I know Muslims are extremely diligent when it comes to the cleanliness and the diligence in trying to serve their God and whatnot. So I'm going to take my chances with them killing the thing and sacrificing to their God or whatever, rather than me eating some dirty ass, nasty ass, cross-contaminated thing that has. Because I don't know if you know this, I don't know if you remember, but there was a huge recall on turkey because people were doing terrible stuff to it. So why would you risk eating Edomite killed animals that has been molested or whatever? I don't even know if I could say that word on YouTube, but I'm saying it. Why would you risk that, freaking sexually assaulted chicken or turkey, rather than them, the Muslim Islam killed thing? All right, like it is the question. The answer should be extremely simple. All right. And of course, different prices, different brands and stuff like that have different things. So obviously sometimes maybe I don't even know if it costs more, if it's the same. I don't remember. But basically, the thing is that sometimes it's just better to do that. So me personally, I do like to say, okay, you know what? If I can, I'm gonna get this instead because I think it's better. But at the same time, like you can't. There's really no absolute safeguard because we're not the ones that's in charge of all the farm work. We're not the ones that can say, okay, well, we are putting the stuff to be the way we are. We're not the ones in charge of doing all that stuff. It's all the other nations that are in charge of it. So as a result of them being in charge and doing all the work and all that stuff, then okay, well, that's it. That's basically it. Like we just have to stick to it. We just deal with the things that's going on. We just have to deal with the stuff that's going on. So as a result of that, this is the thing where we just have to say, okay, you know what? I can't do anything about it because I have to eat. You have to eat. All right. If you don't eat, then what? You can't go hunting for you. I mean, I guess you could, but still, you get the point. Like, if we can't, a lot of us don't have the money to go providing for ourselves, hunting, gathering, and all that stuff. And that's not the society that we're living in. So it's just a matter of, man, you just gotta suck it up, pray over the food, and I think that is one of the big things that our people really don't remember. All right, let me actually get that over here in Romans chapter 14, which, by the way, I read this just today. All right, let's start off with over here, Romans chapter 14, verse 23. And he that doubteth is. Let's start verse 22. Verse 21, Slakia. It is good neither to eat flesh, nor to drink wine, nor anything whereby thy brother stumbleth, or is offended, or is made weak. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before Yahawah. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he is not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. And that's the thing. We're eating in Slacky, let me not say that. Let me correct myself. If you're not eating in faith, like you're eating that YAHAWASHI, this food might be poison. This food might have pork in it. This food might have whatever type of impurities, all right, on it, in it, whatever. I'm praying over it. Can you please just help let the good come. Let me take the good from it and then keep the bad away from me and stuff like that. That's basically the main thing. But yet again, are we able to just say that, yeah, I accept the fact that I can't absolutely do that? And obviously we have to watch our health. We have to make sure that we're eating properly, we stay healthy and whatnot, because our body's a temple. But at the end of the day, are we able to eat perfectly, keep the dietary laws to the best of our ability? No. Okay. And that's basically the thing, the main thing, where we need to be able to eat in faith, where this food, this chicken, I hope that it's actually chicken, but if it's not chicken, then YAHAWASHI, please let it fill me to a point where I'm satisfied and I can go on about my business until it's time for YAHAWASHI to deliver us. All right, and that is really what the main thing that I wanted to get at, where you might go to a Chinese restaurant and stuff like that. Maybe they are serving dog, cat, or whatever. Maybe they're not. Okay, it's not for you to go and find that out, because if whatever Chinese restaurant or store that you're going to is convenient for you, and you going to find out about that stuff is going to ruin, your the arrangements that you have in your life that helps you make it through life, then it's just better to just say, like, okay, you know what, YAHAWASHI, I pray over this food, the water for providing me with this food, the water that I'm not going starving and whatnot, because obviously it's okay, it's good to say, okay, you know what, I found out about this food having pork in it, so I'm just gonna stop eating it. That's good, that's admirable, but at the same time, you have to think about it like this, like, why are you going to go out of your way? Why are you gonna go out of your way to do this or learn? Because if you keep on learning, if you keep on finding out what's the next food that has pork in it, the next food that has shrimp, the next food that has some sort of unclean animal, then you're just going to keep on running out of food that you can't eat. And who's to say that all pastas are dipped in pig grease and stuff like that? So then now you're not even going to even be able to eat pasta anymore. Like do you see the slippery slope and the issues that come with it when it comes to researching all this different type of stuff? It's like, I'm not telling you to be ignorant, but I'm also not telling you to just destroy yourself and stop yourself from eating anything, because again, you never know. We don't know what goes on behind in these factories, but that doesn't mean that you should just go and do whatever. All right. So the reason why I'm bringing this out is because, again, yes, we know about some of these things, but you don't need to worry about this. All right. Lamentations chapter 5 verse 1, perfect place to end it off. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. So we are over here. They are selling the labor that we do. Our people work the fields. Our people work all this stuff. And then after we're done, you want some food? Go and buy it. Go pay for it in the thing, as if you were just a customer, and as if you didn't just go slaving and doing all that stuff and whatnot. All right, where again we are putting all our work, we're putting all of our efforts in to do all this stuff, but yet we're putting our best foot forward to do all this stuff, but we still have to pay for everything. All right, and again, like we can't do anything about this. We can't make our own thing, because every time we do, it gets destroyed. It gets we are knocked down the peg and all that stuff. So it's just impossible for us to properly live and keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. That's why it's just like, don't go researching and doing all this stuff. Just try your best to just pray over the food every time you're about to eat. Do a quick prayer. Remember, thank the Lord YAHAWAH for feeding you, not letting you go hungry and all that stuff. So with that, I pray the system was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory. Actually, let me get this and then I'll end it here. I think this is a good, perfect precept. Proverbs 30 verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. All right. And verse 9, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. So yeah, the I praise this was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Yahawashi, Shem, Quadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone of Bod, and Shalom.